Hey everyone, it's Leanne here, and I really wanted to share this story with everyone that had been at the P&G, or at least our leadership team. And it was much easier to do a video versus writing it down because it's a little bit, I'm going to try to keep it short, succinct, and to the point to the best of my ability. So, about 2 weeks before the P&G, I had this very, very vivid dream, and it was two females. It seemed to be my mother and myself, or at least a mother figure and myself. And the mother was the daughter, me, was wanting to ask the mom, tell me exactly what you want. And the mom was really struggling. The mother figure was really struggling of allowing herself to say that, to say exactly what she wanted. And I just kept getting more angry and more angry and more like frustrated. And I was like, just tell me what you want so I can give it to you. Please tell me what you want. And finally, the mother figure, she was in like just total anguish and pain and fear. And you could tell it took a lot of courage and just for her to allow herself to be that vulnerable to say what she really wanted. And she finally spit it out. And then I like jumped for joy and said, thank you, thank you. Now I can give it to you. And a little back into that story. So I knew at that moment, though, that that was a really powerful dream for lots of reasons. Both my parents passed away. My mom died of cancer. My dad died of cancer. My mom, it's been 20 some years, and she, had young kids, and I was single. And she says, "Leanne, just go on with your life. Don't change anything." And I knew kind of deep down that's not what she wanted, but I honored that because honestly, I'm going to be really authentic, and this is a tough story. It was easier, to not deal with my mom's cancer. And of course, I just thought she'd live forever. I thought she'd beat it. She's really upbeat, positive. And then my dad wasn't honest. I didn't know he was full of cancer. He didn't tell us. Matter of fact, last thing he told us was that the cancer was gone and he got a clean bill of health. So, but that story was really powerful, the dream, and I was like, okay, I think I'm going to get something else at the P&G. And the night when we did the Golden Orb meditation and it turned into a blue blob, I actually saw a mother goddess figure and then a little girl like kneeling down being very, very respectful. And at the time I still was like, I don't know. But I knew, again, it was another piece of the puzzle. I knew it was connected to that dream somehow. And then the next day, Tezaji was talking about, make your divine, maybe someone that the relationship that you really, really wanted. And, talking about, how to ask for what you really want because then your divine knows what you want. And then it all clicked. It was like, oh, that dream was set up to help me really understand the idea of our divines can't answer our prayers, or even our friends, our spouses, our co-workers can't give us what we want if we don't ask. But the asking, you have to allow yourself to be very, very vulnerable, and it takes a ton of courage. And that was shown to me in the dream. And that was very beneficial to me because it seems like it should be an easy thing for all of us to do, to ask for what we want, to have that, to talk with our divine and just tell them. Well, a lot of us grew up in an environment where that was like blasphemy, and that was just absolutely taboo. And the other thing is, I'd always thought my divine should be a male figure. But when I get totally authentic with myself, I really just wanted my mom to spoil me growing up. I just wanted to be a spoiled little brat and have the easy life. But I never was willing to ask for things that I really wanted. And so I wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's important for us to maybe understand that our divine is on our side. We have to have that relationship with our divine, talk to him on a regular basis, but also realize it's going to take a lot of courage on our parts and vulnerability, or at least for myself, to really ask for what I really, really want and to not judge it in any form or fashion. So, whatever it is you want, if that's what you want and it feels really authentic, then ask your divine, because in that dream it was so vivid that I was getting frustrated. But that was just a good representation of our divine. I know our divine knows what we need and want, but I think it's just allowing us to surrender to the process of being that vulnerable, being that courageous, it's after we've done it for a while and we start, seeing how magical it is, then I don't think it's going to take all that. But in the beginning, when this is new to all of us, so I hope that me sharing this testimony in some form or fashion helps you guys realize that it's okay to feel afraid about asking for what you want. It's okay that you may feel really, really vulnerable. And we're going to have to step out in courage and in faith and knowing that our divine is there for us, will always be there for us, has always been there for us. It's up to us, though, to ask for what we really want so they can deliver on it. And then remember that in your relationships, too. Try to be authentic as possible, because this weekend was very, very healing for me in that fashion, because my mom did the best she could. My dad did the best they could. I did the best I could. None of us were willing to be that vulnerable, to say what we really meant, to ask for what we really wanted. And so it was a form of protection. And so it was a good kind of window into the past for me to know that I don't want to do that to my kids. I don't want to do that to my family, friends, or anybody. I want to be as authentic and real as I possibly can, so that we all can move forward in this journey of building this strong community together, being just real, raw, unedited, authentic selves. And then I've got a bunch of ideas that I want to share about how to build the community, and I have been reaching out to the people that I invited to the P&G one. She's like, I love it. I got a lot from it. I would do it again. The other gal, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to reach out to her. But I hope you guys had some very powerful ahas like I had. And the last authentic thing I'll say to you guys is, I really didn't want to go. I was like, I can spend, for Dale and I, $800 on something else and take a summer vacation. But I really wanted to support Barbara because she's so passionate about what she does, and I'm so appreciative to what she does for our community that I'm like, no, I'm going. I'm going to be on the leadership team. This is what I'm going to do. And I don't know if it's just the cumulative effect of going to India and then last year's P&G, but this was definitely the most powerful weekend that I've had in my whole life. I feel very refreshed, very free. And, Dale, I got to see a side of him at the P&G that, we've been together 6 years. I've never seen that much joy expressed from him. And it's just, I feel so grateful and blessed that I was able to spend that weekend with him and all of you, and know that, we're going to keep moving forward, and each one of us will have just, we have work to do. But it's okay. It's all beautiful. And I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.